What's going on, guys? It's your boy GS, and welcome back for yet another Madden 13 online ranked match. And today we are going to play with the Chicago Bears going up against the Tennessee Titans. And the Bears are definitely one of the better teams in the game. I mean, overall may not reflect that, but their defense is really good. Their offense is really good. They have playmakers on both sides of the field. You got Julius Peppers, Briggs, Tillman, Urlacher. It's just really good. And then you got Brandon Marshall, Forte, Cutler, Hester, Knox. You got speed. You got a possession receiver in Marshall. You got one of the best definitely one of the best receiving running backs in the game in Forte, and somebody who can run the ball, get those tough yards. So, I definitely enjoy playing with them. On the fourth down, he decides to go for just tackling outside of bounds, and we end up getting the ball. And of course, we go to Matthew Forte on the first possession, and we end up hitting him with the makeshift screen. And like I said, there's so many options, man. You got deep threats. You got, somebody in Marshall who could go over the middle and control onto the ball. You got Forte, who's really good with receiving out of the backfield. They're just an overall balanced team, and they're really, really, really good. And Cutler definitely can come through when he needs to as we end up scoring. So we're up 7-0. I do want to inform you guys that I made a huge mistake and deleted the second quarter by accident. So we will jump from the first quarter straight to the third quarter, and completely my mistake. Once I deleted, I'm like, no, you gotta be kidding me. So I apologize for that. So once the first quarter ends, we will jump straight into the third quarter. And again, my apologies for that. So as you see, he really likes to run the ball, and why wouldn't you? You have one of the best running backs in the game in CJ2K, really, really fast. Chris Johnson only needs just the smallest amount of field ahead of him, and he's gone. His speed is just really tremendously fast, and he's definitely a beast. So obviously he's going to try and involve him in the game as much as possible. Fourth down, he decides to go deep. We end up swatting that down, so we get the ball in really, really good territory. So we end up going back to Matthew Forte, and of course we're trying to get him involved as much as possible. Right here we go to Johnny Knox, and with the speed they have with Knox and Hester, just a small little drag route they can take to the house. So, I'm really liking this team. And then you got Brandon Marshall, who, like I said, he can get them really tough catches over the middle, some big catch in traffic. So, right here we jump straight into the third quarter, and it's tied. We were up 14-0, but then he ends up coming back, and it's a 21-21 ball game. Again, I truly apologize for not having the second quarter, just a bonehead move by me, but nonetheless, it's a really good game. So I figure we'll showcase it for you guys. And the game plan is remaining the same. Even though I was up 14-0 and halftime came and it was 21-21, we really felt like we should have done better. But nonetheless, that right there was the play we were destroying him with a lot. It does take a lot of time to progress, though. If you end up calling a zone and you have that wheel from the running back, he's going to be booty butthole naked on the sidelines. But it takes about 5-6 seconds for that play to progress, so you definitely need a lot of time in the pocket. Right there we go over the middle to Knox, and we end up not getting the first down, so we end up settling for a field goal. So we go 24-21, hoping our defense can contain him. Obviously, he's doing really good, just scoring 21-7 in the last couple possessions to tie the game 21-21. So, he's being able to move the ball and put points on the board. So I'm just really hoping that the defense can come through. Can we get some bacon grease, some peppers up on the field? We need to make some omelets. We need some breakfast on this field. We need to get Peppers loose. And right here is 4th and 4. And of course he's going to go for it to try and give himself, an opportunity to win the game. But we end up stopping him. And again, the territory that we have is tremendous. Worst case scenario, scoring wise, we should be able to come up with the field goal. But of course, we can taste the end zone. Look how close we are. We don't want that field goal. We want that touchdown. Right here we go to Matthew Forte, and we don't get the first down. So we end up taking our 3 points. And a lot of you guys will be like, "Jess, where's the fourth down swag?" Again, competition is getting really, really tough. The more you win, the more people you face that is really, really tough to stop. So I'm in a lot of positions where I can't stop them, so I need to give myself the best chance to win the game, which means ultimately going for it on fourth downs. But this game is like, let's result back to the fourth down swag to see, we have a better defensive team. And that's another thing. I'm playing with lowly ranked teams, which don't really give me an edge on defense. If I'm playing with the Chiefs, the Browns, one of these lower ranked defensive teams, it's tough for me to go ahead and get stops as it is. With the Bears, I feel like I can do fourth down swag and take my points and things like that, considering I have a really good defense that I have faith in. So that's why you're seeing me do this game. But as you saw, he scores on a streak, so we're down 1. It's the fourth quarter, so of course we got to go ahead and score. A field goal does give us the lead, but we want that touchdown. We want to force him to be able to score against this tough defense that we know that the Bears have. So right now the pressure is definitely on our offense. Hopefully Jay Cutler can do what he does and get us this victory. 3rd and 10. We're standing inside the pocket. We're looking. We need somebody to get open. We reroute the receiver. Who do we find naked on the left? We find Matthew Forte on that wheel route. Keeps on playing zone, and we had enough time to wait for him for that route to progress. So we end up hitting him out of the backfield for a huge first down. Right here we go over the middle to Jonathan Knox, and we end up getting a big catch right there. Right here we roll outside the pocket. We're looking for the screen, but we don't get it. We are in field goal range, so again, we should be able to take the lead unless we get a turnover. But right there, wide open over the middle is our boy Brandon Marshall with the touchdown. We go for 2 to try and make it a full touchdown game, but we don't get it. So a touchdown does give him the lead. And, not something we really want, but hopefully our defense can come through. This is a really, really good defense, and we feel like we should be able to get a stop. And he hits us with the streak, but thankfully we end up catching up to him, giving us an opportunity to go ahead and hopefully stop him and make something happen. Right here, he goes over towards the right, and he ends up scoring. So the pressure's back on offense. One thing he did do, he did make a mistake by not going for 2. He didn't make it a field goal game. So now a field goal wins this game. That is a mistake, because if you don't get it, if he doesn't get the 2-point conversion, he's stuck at 34. But being up 1 or being up 2, there's no difference. A field goal still gives me the lead. So that right there was a huge mistake. And again, we're killing him with the wheel route. He continues to play zones that give us a lot of time in the pocket. So we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that. And again, I can't stress enough how big of a mistake that was. But speaking of mistakes, we throw an interception. Oh, man, and right now we feel like we're going to lose the game. Touchdown wins of this game. This game is over. We haven't had any success really stopping him on defense. We've gotten to him to stop him a couple fourth downs, but recently he's been coming through, moving the ball pretty well. So right now, right here is a huge drive. This right here can make or break the game. Right there, he goes over towards the right. We switch over. We knock it down. So fourth down, instead of punting it, he decides to go for it. Really crucial mistake. We end up hitting him. He doesn't even get the throw off. And we are already in field goal range, and he only has 2 timeouts. So he ends up losing the game by not having the fourth down swag. He ends up just making a huge mistake, not forcing me to drive down the field. And that's the end of the game, guys. We end up just pretty much killing out the clock from here on out, and we are able to win the game with the field goal. Again, big mistake by him by not punting the ball. I understand his thinking that first down pretty much gives him a good opportunity to win the game, but he also had to think that if he didn't get it, not to mention it was a 4th and very long, if he didn't get it, it sends me a good game. If he didn't get it, then he was unable to stop me because I was already in field goal range. And he only had 2 timeouts. You guys may be asking, why didn't he call none of his timeouts? It wouldn't have mattered. A couple of knees, he couldn't stop me from killing the clock and getting a game-winning field goal. So that's the end of the game, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And because we completely whiffed on that second quarter, we're going to give you guys not one, but a second video. That's right. We are going to hit you guys with that old school two-piece. And our second gameplay you're going to see in a second is the Philadelphia Eagles going up against the Minnesota Vikings. And this is strictly because, we missed out on the second quarter. We got to give you guys some more gameplay. We kind of messed up that video, unfortunately. Again, I really apologize. I don't even remember what happened. All I know is third quarter was 21-21, so we missed out some good action in second quarter. But as you see right here, we have the Eagles, and our main objective is to stop Adrian Peterson. That guy is such a dominant player. Not the easiest player to stop. He breaks so many tackles. He's so quick. He's so fast and agile that we definitely got a tough matchup on our hands. And even when he passes the ball to Adrian Peterson, it's even more deadly. It's a mismatch, man. There's nobody you could put on that man out of the backfield that can, stop him. But right there, look at the computer coming through with the interception. I'm sorry, son. No soup for you. And we end up getting a huge turnover right there because he definitely was driving the ball downfield. And the Eagles have such a fast, and I mean fast offense. McCoy, Jackson. Why do I always keep forgetting this guy's name, man? McCoy, Jackson, and Dang it, what is his name? Macklin. There we go. I always forget him out of the three. But nonetheless, man, we end up doing a flanker screen, and we end up scoring a touchdown right there. So we are up 7-0. It was so much speed on the field. It's so easy to go ahead and make big separation, like very big plays. You know, Deshaun Jackson can go ahead and take a drag route to the house. So could Macklin. So could McCoy. You know, even Michael Vick is fast, and he can make something happen if the play doesn't work and things break down. But right there, AP, and look at him breaking tackles, man. That man is such a beast, man. And we definitely got our hands full again. Hopefully we can go ahead and just contain him, force enough stops to give ourselves a good opportunity to win this game. Right here, we end up hitting him as he throws, so he doesn't get the playoff. 3rd and 8, really big down, but he ends up scoring a touchdown to, of course, Percy Harvin, their best receiving threat. So now it's 7-7. The Eagles don't have the best defense in the game, but they got 2 really good corners in. I'm just hoping that maybe they can come through for me, maybe make a mistake on his end, that is, and maybe we can capitalize. But look at McCoy right there with such great finesse and speed, making things easy for us on offense. And, of course, we're trying to give the ball to him and our speedsters as much as possible to go ahead and give ourselves a great opportunity to take the mismatch of speed that we have on the field. So 2nd and 10 right here. We end up going to McCoy towards the left, and he gets a really good run, make it 3rd and inches. We go back to McCoy, and he breaks a huge tackle right there, just enough to get us the first down, and that right there was big to be able to continue the drive. So, again, as you see, we're making good plays. We're throwing the ball to anybody with speed because the Vikings aren't really that quick defensively. Excuse me, so we definitely got to take advantage of that. And look at the speed that he has. He was about to be tackled. The defender had the right angle, but McCoy just completely outran him with the speed that he has, and he scores a touchdown. So we are up 14-7, and we're looking for another mistake. I wouldn't say another. I don't think he's made one yet, but we're looking. Well, he did. He did throw an interception, so I was correct. We're looking for another mistake so we could get that multiple possession lead to be able to go up 2 scores and hopefully continue to keep up that type of gameplay. That type of pressure, I should say. I'm a loss for words right there, but with Adrian Peterson on the field, it's really, really tough. That's the biggest thing. We want to get him out of running situations. We want him to get him in positions where he feels like he needs to pass. We want to go up a couple scores. That way he can kind of abandon the run and feel like he needs to pass. And that right there gives us the best chance to beat the Vikings. Right there, look at Deshaun Jackson on the run, just taking it to the house. He's just so fast, man. Right there, we end up getting a huge special teams play. And any coach in the NFL will tell you there's 3 aspects of football: defense, offense, and special teams. And they will always tell you, since day one, since I've heard of football, they will always tell you, if you win 2 out of 3, you will win a football game. All you need to do is win 2 out of 3. You can win defense and special teams. You can win offense and defense. You can win special teams and offense. It doesn't matter. You win 2 out of the 3, you're going to win the game. So that right there was a huge special teams play for us. And right here, we end up getting a punt from Jackson again, and we get to about the 50-yard line. So we got enough timeouts and enough time to go ahead and get ourselves in at least field goal range, hopefully, to go up 2 possessions into halftime. Right there, he's playing zone. Right there, we reroute the drag route. Look at Macklin breaking tackle. He's so strong, though. That man is so strong. Breaking tackles, getting us in really good position. And then we go to McCoy. We end up scoring a touchdown. And right now, we are up multiple possessions, just as we hoped that we would gain at this point. And right now, it's going to be really, really tough for him to try and win if we could stop the run when he does try to run, because he needs to pass the ball. He needs to be in situations where he has to score and score quickly, because we're moving the ball pretty well offensively, and it's not going to be easy for him to go ahead and win if we're able to have him kill the clock with running. And not to mention, we do get ball back at halftime, so if we score, we go 3 possessions, and at that point we feel like Adrian Peterson is out of the game. So whenever you're facing a tough opponent with a good running team, that's always my game plan. Take the ball out of his hands and keep it that way. So going up 3 possessions, I feel like easily takes Adrian Peterson out of this game, because at that point in the second half, he can run the ball all he wants. As long as we don't give up a huge home run play, he's killing clock, he's taking time off the clock, and that helps us. But unfortunately, he does hold us to a punt, and he does get the ball back, and he has an opportunity to get himself back in this ball game. So definitely scoring here gives him an opportunity to creep back up in this ball game. And now he still has Adrian Peterson in this game because he's able to run the ball because, you know, a score brings it to a 1-possession lead. So that's no bueno. You know, with Adrian Peterson still being a factor, that's no good. We wanted to be able to have him out of this game to give ourselves a good opportunity to win. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do that. But I'm fourth down. Look at the computer coming through again. I'm sorry, son. No super you. Look at the computer playing tremendous defense, coming through with multiple turnovers for us, definitely making it a lot easier for us defensively whenever the computer can come through with big plays for us like that. And then it just sets up you know, the rest of the game from here on out. Now we're able to run the ball, kill some clock, you know, do nice short throws to be able to come through and just take time off the clock. The clock is his enemy. Look at Michael Vick running for a nice long gain right there. And like I said, time is the enemy right here. So all we got to do is keep the ball away from him as much as possible. You know, call the correct plays, make the right reads, don't make any mistakes. And no matter what type of score here, either touchdown or field goal, doesn't matter. A 3-possession lead ends up happening. But we end up going to McCoy, and he makes a huge play right there, breaking tackles going forward. And wait a minute. What happened here? Don't tell me the man quit on us. Don't tell me the man quit on us. What happened? Did you remove Ethernet cord? Did you, did you mistakenly eject your disc? Did the magical, online rage fairies come down and clip your internet? I don't know what happened, but nonetheless, he ends up quitting. That's the end of the game, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. We got the one, not one, but zoopies, 2 games right there. Follow me on Twitter if you're not already. It's your boy Jess, and I'm out. Peace. Give it to me, baby. It's for you.